My name's Rebekah Clements from North Ogden, Utah. My story begins in 2001, about the time I had my first baby. It's an exciting time in life, but for me it was even more exciting because at the same time we found out that my friend was expecting a baby as well. Krista and I were very best friends, and so the thought of having kids the same age was exciting. And to make it even more fun, her and her husband were buying a house right across the street from me and my husband. We were excited to be neighbors and have babies the same age. While she was pregnant, I started to notice that things seemed off with her. She would say things that just didn't seem right to me. She didn't seem like herself. And every time I would bring it up with my husband, or anyone else for that matter, they would just say to me, "You weren't quite right when you were pregnant." All pregnant people say things that are a little bit off. I don't know if it was just that I was a sleep deprived new mom, or if I didn't know what to do, but I convinced myself that things were okay, even though deep down I knew that they weren't. On a Saturday night in November, we got a call that as her husband had come through the door from work that night, that he'd heard a shot. And as he went to her, he knew that she was gone, but he called 911 and started CPR in an effort to save the baby. Tiny 28-week Hope was born via emergency C-section and was rushed immediately to Primary Children's Hospital. Her dad needed to be with her all the time, and so that left me to plan a funeral for my best friend. I remember standing in the mortuary trying to pick a casket and thinking to myself, how did I get here? How did this even happen? This cannot be real. Baby Hope lived for 8 days. After many brain scans, we were told that there was no hope for her to make a recovery. And so we went down to Primary Children's, and they put us in a little room, and for the first time we were able to hold her without tubes and wires. As I held her close to me, I whispered in her ear and asked her to tell her mom how much I love her, to tell her how much I miss her, and to tell her how sorry I was that I hadn't done anything to prevent this, to intervene when I knew that something was wrong. Watching Hope take her last breaths was excruciating, and we buried her the day before Thanksgiving. For 16 years, I've wondered what good could come from this, and it's my hope that by sharing our story, that it might make a difference for others, to give them the courage to reach out when they see that something is off with one of their loved ones.